Hello, welcome to the continuation of our last class. And this is where we stopped in the last recording session that we had. So we'll be continuing from here. And this is our data modeling view, where we have all our tables represented, and we have a relationship between the tables that are together. And we say that the essence of relationship is for the data to interact with each other, just like the way we are having it here. And I could remember in the last session we had this connecting each of the tables. And I said that these tables connections can initially be generated by our AI in Power BI to give us what we are seeing here now. But I think we manually connected this ourselves using our managed relationship on this modeling view. So I think we can just start with by connecting it again. Let me come back here. All our tables are all connected. I just want to delete all the tables now. Let me delete all the tables. I'm deleting it so that all the relationship will go. We'll just build from there now. That's where we are going to start this class from. I've clicked on my delete. I'm just waiting for it to load. Delete. So delete is all the relationship connected will all be deleted. So I'm going to be connecting this again so that we can follow the process. This part is very, very essential because if your result is wrong, it might mean that the relationship between your tables are not well connected the way it's supposed to connect. So you must ensure that you connecting your primary keys to your foreign keys are well connected within the tables that you have here. So this is what we have. All these tables are disjointed now. We have table for products, sales, product categories, the customers, the returns, the territories, and product subcategories. So I just want to start connecting them now. Let me see what I can connect. I have product ID here as serving as a primary key, and I also have product ID here. So I can connect this product ID just by clicking and dragging it to this product ID. It will just drop. Now you can see that it's showing that on the return table, the product ID is a primary key here, while in product it's showing that is a foreign key. So if I connect this one, it's going to give me a cardinality of one to many. We can have one to one, many to one, and also many to many. But in the last session, I said that it's not good to use the many to many because it might destruct the structure of our data. So what we use mostly is this many to one, and one to many. So please take note of that. So whenever you're having something like that, you need to properly check to ensure that it's not giving an error. So I can just connect this. Here it's going to show a one to many relationship. I'm connecting my product to this. Now, can you see what we have here? Here we are having one to many relationship in this form. One to many relationship is what I have here. Okay, let's see what we can connect. I can also connect this product with let's see what we have. Okay, I'm having products here with products subcategory here. Product with products subcategory. So I can just go back here and click on this, just drag it to product subcategory here. Now this is showing a primary key here and a foreign key in this place. On the product category is a primary key and this is a foreign key. showing many to one relationship. So I can just connect it. I can connect this. It's loading. Please let's hold on. Okay, this is fine. Then I can also, what else can I connect under this product? Can product and sales connect together? Let's see. Uh, let's see. Oh, we are having product ID here, then also product ID here. Let's see how the connection will be. Yeah, this is serving as a primary key here and as a foreign key in this place. You can see that this is of multiple, so it's showing one to many relationship here. So I can connect it. This is going to have a one to many. So this is one to many relationship. So this is good. Let's look at the sales. Let's see what we can connect with the sales. These are our sales. We've connected sales with products. We've connected sales with products. Let's see another thing that we can connect with our sales. Let's see. Let's see. Territory ID here with territory ID, primary and foreign key. If I connect this, let's see what's going to give us. Many to one relationship. Many to one relationship. So sales for many and the territory relationship is establishing connection. Let's hold on. Okay, so we've been able to connect this also. Let me reduce this a bit so that we can see all my table. So we've been able to connect this. This is let me reduce it a bit. Oh, this will be too small. This is many to one relationship for the sales. Let's look at the sales and customer. Customer ID. Do we have customer ID under the sales? Okay, good. This is a primary key here and it's a foreign key here. So I can say establish the connection. Many to one. Now, what I'm doing now, I'm just trying to connect the table with each other to have a relationship between them manually. So it's not being generated by, so that we can have a background knowledge on how these relationships are built within themselves, within the tables that we have in Power BI, in Power BI data modeling. So this is good. I think for our sales, we have this. What else? What else can we have? Okay, we've done territory ID, product ID, customer ID. Okay, that's fine. So let's go to products, product category. What can we connect with product category? I think product category should connect with product subcategory. Here we have product category ID. Here we have product category ID. So we can just drag this here to have a relationship. This is one to many relationship. It's giving us a one to many relationship. Okay, let it connect. This is connecting the product category with the product subcategory that we have in this place. Let me shift this a bit to have a bit of space. You can see as I'm adjusting it, it's also adjusting the grid lines between them. Okay, so what else can we connect? I've connected my product with product category. My product is fine. Sales is fine. My product category, let's see product category. Product category is fine. Product subcategory, okay, is also connected. Yes, we've connected the two primary key is here and the foreign key. Is there any table that is not connected here? Let's look at it critically. Under our territory, okay, territory is also connected. Customer is connected. We only have one primary key, just one primary key here. Return, our return is also connected. Okay, I think this is fine. So all the tables are connected here already. We're having all the tables being connected. So with this now, we can go on to go and build our dashboard. Once we have this, we can go on to build our dashboard. So let's go to our Power BI desktop to begin to build our dashboard, because we already have a relationship between all these tables that we are having here. So we can go ahead to build our dashboard table. Okay. Okay. Please hold on. Okay, so I'll just come here and click on my report view. That's where we'll build our dashboard. I think we've built this dashboard before. I don't need this. Let's remove it. You can't still come back here. Let's remove it. Just remove. Okay, yeah, we have this. So the first thing we do is to give it a label. Let's give this a label. Let's give our data a label. To have an heading. So for us to do that, I'll use the text box. So I'll just click on this text box to come here. You can now say here, I want to have the sales performance dashboard for 2015 to 2017. Okay, then I can come here, just expand what I have here and begin to format it. Then I can say centralized. I can choose to bold this, increase the size. Let's take it to 28. Reduce this to 15. So what else can I do? Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at our formatting. Let's see if we can add some things here. Let's go to properties. I've done our title. Okay. Let me centralize. Please just follow me. We have our width and size. I've just adjust all of that. The positioning. I don't think I might need all of that. Let's go to effects. Effects. Let's give it a background. Let's give it a uh, color to this is a background color. Uh, okay, that's for my effects. Let's see other things we could have. Let's turn on this title and apply the text color. Let me turn this to okay, the text color is not being applied, so it's not showing there actually. Let me choose to select it. Let me go to the effects. I think effects should give me my text color. Okay, I might choose to want to add a border and say in this border, uh, just add a little border to my work. Okay, to give it a border here at this point. So I can have that border there. So this hold on. Let me try to just resolve all of this. All right. Okay, let's come back here. Let's come back here. Under general, my background color, my text trap. Okay, I think it's telling me to apply something different entirely. Let me just come here. I can choose to just remove this and come here and say sales performance so that I can easily format it. Dashboard. And easily format it from here. Sales performance dashboard uh, for 2015 to 2017. Okay, let's see what this will give us. Okay, let me increase the size. I want it to fit in. Then go to this. Okay, I might not need that background color that I applied initially. Let me go to my properties. automatically I've removed this so that it will allow me to do some adjustment to my work. Says performance dashboard. I can give it some, it should expand the heading a bit for me. Okay, let me take it up to 35. Okay, I think this is fine. So I can still choose to apply some other things to it depending on what I want to do. Do I give it effect? Okay, let's add little effect. Transparent. This is background. The background is all shadow, and the effect here is visual borders. Let's see the borders. Let me increase the border a bit to 11. So I can also increase the width here. Okay, that's fine. I think this is fine. Sales performance dashboard for 2012, for 2015 to 20. So this is what we have. Then we can now go ahead to do some work to what we want to do. Okay. First thing we need to do here, let's view our data. Let's try to look at total. There's a card visuals that we use when we want to summarize the data that we have. We have a card visual, and this is the card visuals that we use. So what I will simply do is to just click on this card visuals. This is the card visuals that we use, and I can now come here and say, I want to know the total revenue. If I click on this, it's going to give me the total revenue of what I have. So this is my total revenue. I can just come here to just adjust it. This is a summary card. We call it a summary card. It's called the card visual. So from what I have here, I can say sum of revenue. Let me come here and say this is what I have. Let's look at it down. If I say keep this, let's see what it's going to give us. Okay. This is the sum of revenue that we have. I'm just trying to look at what we can apply. So let's come here. Let's go to visual and say in this visual, change this color, the font color to, maybe I can say change this font color to something like brown. Yeah, something like brown. Then what else can I do? You can choose to change the font styles. You can choose to reduce the size of what you have, depending on what you want to achieve. Okay, I think that 45 is okay because it's showing everything. So this is the text wrap. So we have the category label. If I go to this place, it will turn off the category label as well. Let's come up. This is what we have. Let's look at this. This is the category label. It's turning it off. If I turn it on, I can say, I can come here and say, let's look at this. I can apply some things to my category label. I can say this. Let's see. Okay, let's still leave category label to brown. Something like this. I can bold it and say, let this be 15. Something like that. Then you can go to general. In this general, I can come here and say positioning. I can choose to position it in different forms. either horizontal or vertical, like that. I can apply some of those functions, apply positioning, but this might not be so needed. On the title, let's turn on the title. Let's turn on the title. The title here is the total. We are looking for the total revenue. Total revenue. I'm just applying the title. I can say bold on the title. Then apply. What color does we should apply now? We can still use our, okay, the text color. Let the text color, what can we do here? Can we just make it this a bit light? Let me retain the text color to be this, then the background color to be a bit light, something like this. Then I can centralize. Total revenue. That is the total revenue. This color is blown back somehow. Let's look at something else we can apply. Can I look at let me look at the color again. I want to apply a different color to this. Let's see a different color I can apply to this. Okay, I think this come out a bit better. Then the text color, if I make it white, let's see. Okay, I think it's a bit better. Total revenue. Yeah, this is total revenue. This is the text color, text wrap. What else? Let's apply some effects. Some effects. What effect should we apply now? To the background. Visual border. Let's see. Let's turn it on. Let's to just give it a border so that I can differentiate what we have. Let's see. Yeah, this is giving it a border. So sorry, I've clicked the Q and A. Let's remove it. I don't need this. This is the visual border. So I have given it a visual border. Let's come to this background. General. Let's go to properties. Let's see other things we can apply. We've done total revenue. So you can choose to format this in a way that will make your visuals to look much presentable than what we are having right now. Let's see this background and say apply this background. Okay, so I can apply this background. Let's come to visual. I don't think I need that sum of revenue again. Let's category label. So we should remove this category label because I'm having the total revenue already. So I can have this visual here. Now this is for the total revenue that we have looked for here. This is the total revenue. So let's see what we can also find out here. Can we look at the total profit? Let's see what the total profit will give us. In this case now, I can just copy and paste. I might not need to format it again. I'll copy with Ctrl+C and I'll paste with Ctrl. I can paste it with Ctrl+V. I can paste it with Ctrl+V. So here I can come here. I can give this my background a color depending on what I want to apply. I can give it a color to make it look very beautiful. Let's see what, let's look at our view. Various view. Okay, we'll come back to that later. I can come back to format that later. So once I'm coming here, I want to look at the total profit. what I would do is to just uncheck this one, then just check this. This is my total profit. This is giving me my total profit already. So what I would do is to just come back here and go to your general, then come and format this title. Instead of having the total revenue to be total profit here, total profits, and that's all about that. Then I can come back here again and say help to duplicate this. Come bring it up here and say I need total. I can say I need the total, let's say the total cost. I want to look for the total cost. So I'll click on this, then uncheck the revenue. Let's see the total cost. This is the total cost. Then you come back here. Since you have formatted your visual, go to your title. Then you say this is total cost. This is the total cost. Then I come back here again, just to come and select and like this. Then come back here. Now, can you see that as I'm doing that, it's helping me to align my work? Can you see the lines? You can see the lines here, showing the lines. So this is part of what this does to our visual. So this can help me to align my work. Yeah, this is the this is the total I've done for the total cost. Let's look at the total. Okay, we've done total profit. Can we look at the total return? Okay, let's look at total product price. This is the total product price. I'm going to come here, go to your title, then go to total product price. Total product price. All right, then go back, copy, paste it. Let me come back here. I can choose to now adjust what I have here because it's not occupying that space the way I want it. So I can just come here, adjust all my visuals. Can adjust all my visuals. Ensure that your visuals is having the same size, most especially when you are dealing with the same parameters. Okay. Okay. I still want all my visuals to show. Okay. Yeah, this is the total revenue, total profit, total cost, total product price. Can we now look for total return? Let's look at total return. Yeah, I will uncheck this. Let's look at total return. Let's go to return. Total return. This is total return. Yeah, I'll just come to this place, general. Try to, I'll call this total return. Total return. Okay, so this is my card visual. I can also choose to find other things, but my card visual is already filled up here. I cannot start to align depending on what I'm doing. I can choose to look for the total product costs, total product price. I can choose to look for those total ordered quantities. I can choose to look for total ordered quantities, the total cost, and all. So if you look at under the customer, there is no total to any of those values that we have. Here to no total. Under product subcategory, no total. Yeah, I've done the, I can find the total product cost, total product price. I can also look for the total return. We have done the total return. So whenever you are calculating for your total this way, you have to look for the visuals that could fit the work that you're doing. You have to look at the right visuals that could fit the work that you want to do. So that is how to use your CAD visuals. CAD visuals just help you to summarize the content of your work and see how you can apply some of those details to what you want to do. So let's move ahead to go and do something else. Let's look at let's move ahead to go and do something else. Let's assume that okay, I want to look for sum of revenue by region. For that, I can choose to make use of maybe a bar chart. If I click on my bar chart, just come here and let's look at sum of revenue. Sum of revenue revenue should be under our sales. So I'll go to sum of revenue, click on revenue, sum of revenue by region. We want to know revenue that was generated in different regions that we have. And if you say region, let's see, our region should be where now? Under territory. Yes, that's fine. It should be under territory by region. Now, can you see the visuals it's given to me now? This is the visuals. I can now choose to expand these visuals. This is my sum of revenue by region. Can just align it here. Then come back here to come and do some little formatting. Now, if you look at this, look at what I have, sum of revenue. I can choose to change some of this revenue in different forms. If I take this sum of revenue to is in x-axis, I can take it to y-axis like this. You see that something will change here. But that's not what I need. Actually, that's not what I need. So this is sum of revenue by region. So I have this. Then I can come back here. Let's look at our legends, our tools. Okay. Then I can come here, go to slicer. I don't need a slicer. My data label. Look, see what your data label looks like. So this can show me the data label in my work. If I turn it off, it's going to take it off entirely. That's my data label. I can choose to, if I apply this data label, I can come here to come and format the data label in different forms that I want to apply to it. But I don't need my data label at the moment. Then I'll come down. Let's see other things that we could have. I'll go to my general. This is sum of revenue by region. Sum of revenue by region. Let me centralize it and say, help me apply the text color. Let's look at the color background that we used before so that our work can properly align. Hope I'm getting, okay, is it the same? Okay, I think this is what we used before. This is sticker. No, I think it's this. Okay, this sum of revenue. Text color, let's change it to white. Let's change it to white. Yeah, we choose to just bold it. I can say bold. This is sum of revenue by region. Then let's see other things that we could do here. Let's go to the properties. Positioning. Okay, I think our positioning is right. Padding, we don't need the padding. Title, subtitle. You don't need subtitle. Let's go to effects. Under our effects is where we have our color background. Let's see if this will go. Oh, this is too thick. Oh, it's not the same. I want color that will go with what we used before. Okay, something like this. And maybe probably let's extend this a bit. Let me adjust this my card visual. I think it's too much. I'm adjusting my card visual. Please just follow it. So here, I can just choose to come here. Let it align. Just bring this down. Okay. So let's look at the positioning. Okay, positioning is fine. Subtitle, sum of revenue. Title, background. Okay. Header icon. Let's see. To pick report page. I need this report page. Shadow. Let me turn on this shadow. You can choose to have your shadow if you want to, inside out. I'm just applying different visuals to it. Data format. Okay, let's look at data format. Sum of revenue. Sum of revenue. Applying settings. Format. Old. Um, okay. Let's see. Now, can you see that as I'm clicking this, it's slicing through the visuals that I have. This is all the total revenue, profit, total cost, total product price, total returns for each country here. So if I click on Southwest, it's going to slice through it. Click on this. So each visuals in Power BI can also control other visuals if you want to have some parameters. And that's why it's just giving it this way we have it. So we can choose to have something like this as well. Okay. I want to see, let me look at the subtitle. I need to remove this guy. I need to remove this guy. The value. Okay. Now, once I turn this on, it's showing all the countries by region. We need all the regions, so we cannot turn it off. We need it. Let's go to title. If I turn this title off, this is by region. I might not need this title. Layout. Let's look at the layout. This is on the y-axis. On the x-axis, let's see what we can remove. Let me look at the values. Do I need all these values? Okay. Title. I don't think I need the title on that y-axis. So I can choose to just remove this title. I can choose to remove this title under this value. I can change this color to brown and choose to just bold it so that I can see all my parameters very well. I can choose under the x-axis. Under the y-axis, let me also do the same. Just bold it. Okay, if I bold it, let's see. Okay, something like this. So this is like well formatted. So I can come here and say this is please, you have to look at this very well so that you can apply your details. Let's see this layout. Let's look at the bows. This is the bows that we have. I can adjust this bow. It's in blue. Maybe I turn it to let's see. This is too dark. Can we do white? This is too dark. Okay, maybe probably we just leave it like this. Okay, that's sum of revenue by region. Let's go ahead to look at some other things. Can we look at sum of revenue by category name? Sum of revenue by category name. Let's copy this and paste it, just duplicate it so that it won't waste our time. Sum of revenue by category name. This is what we have. With this sum of revenue by region, we don't need the region. Let's go to sum of revenue by category name. Category name. Okay, this is what we have. Okay, I don't think I like this chart. Let's change it to donut chart. Okay, I think donut chart is a bit better. Sum of revenue by category name. So I can come here and say turn off legend. I can turn off this legend, but I think I still need this legend. Come back here and say that, okay, put it to the top. You can put it to the top here. I can say no, take it to the right. I can say no, take it down, bottom center. Okay, let me leave it as bottom center. I think this depicts it more better. I can come back here and say text. Let's see the text, the color. Okay, let's apply it. Let's increase it a bit. Come down. Like category name. Okay. So I'm just formatting what I have here so that I can give me this is category name. That is the title. I don't think I need this anymore. I don't think I need this. So let's leave it that way. What else can we do? The detail label. Do I need detail label? Detail label. I don't need it. Then I can come to the general. Let's go to title. I can say sum of revenue by category name. Sum of revenue by category name. Okay, this is right. Then I can, okay, these are aligned for me. Let's go to the visual. Let's see if you can have our bars, our donut charts. These are our slides. Now, in this slides now, it's saying that I can apply different colors to it. For clothing, I can say, no, for bike, I can say, let it be deep brown. Then for accessory, let it be this light brown. Then for this, let it be this fainted brown, something like this. So I can choose to apply this to what I have. Okay, let me just reduce this. What else can we do? I can also look at sum of revenue by occupation. Let's look at sum of revenue by occupation. Let me just come back here. Sum of revenue by occupation. This is by category name. Let me remove it. Occupation. Sum of revenue by occupation. Where will occupation be now? Let's go under customer by occupation. This is sum of revenue by occupation. This is what we have. Here I can now say, I can apply the same color. I can say make this one to be deep in brown, make this one to be lighter a bit, make this one to be this, make this to be this, something like this, and maybe probably make this to be something like this. So I can choose to apply these various colors to it. All of these have their own parameters, and I've just formatted. This is sum of revenue by occupation. Now, can you see that some of what I have here is already shifting inside this place? So what am I going to do? I can just come here. This is my title. Let's see. Let's see my text. Let's go to general. Okay. I want to go and adjust this so that we can see it properly. Properties. Let's look at positioning. Please hold on. I'm just trying to, I want to move this guy to see another place we can also pad it. Let's look at the visuals. The legend is on. Okay, I don't think I need this. You can also apply this depending on what you want. You can apply this and say you want it by data value alone, something like this. I know, but I don't think I need this because once I put my mouse, it will give me the exact value that is having. So depending on what you want to apply to it as well, options. positioning. Now let's look at the positioning. Let's say top right. No, it's still, let's look at left or right, center, bottom, top left. Now, if you look at it this way, you see that if you look at it this way, you see that okay, it's better aligned like this. So maybe I can just choose to leave the categories so that I can see it properly on my dashboard. So so I can also slice through. You can see by product category is helping me to just slice through what I have and all that. So what else can we look for here? Can we look at sum of revenue by gender? Let's look at sum of revenue by gender. Okay, let me see. I can still adjust this. Let me adjust this. This is occupying a lot of space, actually. Let me adjust this so that I can bring this guy on board here. Okay. Please, I'm adjusting my visuals so that it could align. I don't like my visuals to be that scattered. So let me bring this here. So I can say revenue by gender. This is revenue by gender. So I can still come back here to just format it. And say, no, bring this down, bottom center. Let this be at the bottom center. Let's go to format. Let me go and format this. Format it. Effect. Let's go to effect. Okay. Data format. Let's format this. Okay. Let's look at the slides. For female, let it be very deep, lighter a bit. And this, let's have something like this. So that's that. So I can also continue to say, no, I want to look at let me just do two more and just use that to just round up there. Can say there is no guided questions that we're actually following. So I can say revenue by marital status, revenue by marital status. Remove gender and say marital status. Let me use a different visuals to this one. Let's see. Okay, I think this is also good. By marital status. Let's go to slides. Then in this slides, I can say let this be here for married, and let this be for the unmarried, for the single. So I can have that. So what else can we look for? Aside looking for the revenue, I can also say profit by this, profit by occupation, by revenue, by these categories, and all of that. I can look for all of those things within my parameters. Okay, let's look at by educational level. Can we look at the educational level, revenue by educational level? I just want to use this to occupy this particular space. Revenue by occupational level, educational level, I mean. So we come here, this by educational level. You can still go back to format my slide and say for bachelor, let it be this, for this, let it be this, for this. And don't forget, when you are preparing this kind of visuals and you are working for a particular organization, have in mind the logo of that organization so that you cannot just prepare visuals. Of course, you have to look at what their color brand is. Is their color brand that will determine what you are applying at that point in time. So this is sum of revenue by educational level. So this is fine. So let's look at another thing we can do is that this will not allow us to just go to the next page. What we just do, this is the page one. I can choose to create another page two. And in this page two, let's say I want to look for and don't forget, each of the pages you are creating is going to be a one page by the time you finish your visual. Maybe I want to now export to PDF. I want to export to other data. It's just going to come in one page. So let's say here, and I want to look for the sales trend. I want to see what the sales trend is. And don't forget that we said that in sales trend, the best chart to use is the line chart. The line chart we give you a good presentation of your sales trend. So in this case, if I want to look for sales trend, I'm going to use this line chart here. This is my line chart. I can say for the sales trend, it's going to be revenue. It's going to be revenue by sales. Revenue by sales. Let's look at the sales. That means the order date for the sales trend. I can just say revenue by the order date. Let's look at the order date will be too scatter. Can we look at the year? If you are looking at the order date, it's going to give you something like this. Something like this. It's showing 2015, 2016, 2017. These are 2017 parameters. This is the sales trend by each date that was. You can see it's looking like something like a trading chart somehow like this. So what we'll just simply do here is, don't let me look at the other date. That would be might be too much. Let's look at the year. Let's look at the year. Where do we have the year? Six trend, customer, by gender, by this product category. Let's see the products. Is there anywhere we are having here? Oh, the year, product price. Okay, let's look at the other dates. If you can filter out revenue by stock date. This is stock date. Let's look at this other date and see what is to just give us. I think it's so scattered. Let me come back here. Let me uncheck this. Now by here, can you see what is giving me by here? This is the sales trend by year. In year 2015, I'm having this. This is the sales trend by year. In this year, this is what I'm having. But if I want to look at by quarter, if I do like this, you see it's going to give me the sales trend by quarter for each year: 2015, first quarter, second quarter, third quarter of 2015. You can see third quarter, then fourth quarter, then it started 2016 first quarter, like that. It's just going to show me all of those parameters here. This is my sales data. Let's look at the sales data by year. Let me just come here. By year. This is the sales data by year. Let's come back here to format it. General. Yeah, I can say sales trend by year. By year. I can have like this. Let me centralize it so that I can see my parameters very well. Let me centralize it. What have you been using? I think you've been using this color. Now I've been using this color brown. And maybe probably this one is something like this. Let's expand this. This is sales. Okay, that was light brown and white. I'm just checking the color that I've used. Let's come back here. The general type 2. This is by year. Here is text color is white. And I think here is something like this. Then I'm having a background color actually. Subtitle. Let's format the data. Let's look at the effects. Background of this effect is this color. Okay. Then visual border. Let's give it a border on it. Let's give it a small border. Okay, something like this. Shadow, data. Okay, let's go back up here. Let's go to the visual. Grid lines. Do I need grid lines? Let's look at the lines itself. Let's make the lines is all. I can make it dash dotted. If I put it dotted, can you see it? But I just want a solid line. I want a solid line. Join type. I know. Let's apply color. This color should be brown. Yes, this is brown color. Let's look at. Let's go and look at our x and y axis. For the x axis, let's see what it's giving me. It says the value. What do I want the value to be? Apply it to be brown for the x-axis. Hold it if you choose to. And for the y-axis, type 2. Do I need type 2? I don't need type 2. Should remove type 2 for the year. That's for the y-axis. For the x-axis. For the y-axis, let's see. Values, change this to brown. I'm also just formatting actually. Then this, do I need type 2? I don't need this type 2 here, this sum of revenue. So I can just remove it under that axis. I can say off it. Yes, something like this. So this is sales trend by year. Now I can just come here, then copy, paste. I can now say I want to look at the sales trend by let's look at the sales trend by year, by quarter. So I will just click on this. This is sales trend by quarter. Let's come here, come to title, sales trend by quarter. Quarter. So I have applied this, but those by quarter, I might want all of the data to show so that I can see what my sales strength looks like in my parameters. So here I can just say, let's go to data label. I can say, help me to on the data label. Now, can you see the sales trend under the data label? So it's showing what each quarter is. It's showing what each quarter is. In this case now, I can just say data label. Let's go back here, that values, and say let this be brown, then bold it. Now can you see what each value is giving me here? So this is what I have for my sales trend. I can also have the sales trend for each of the months that I have there, but that's my graph might be a bit scattered, so I might not need all of that for now. So let's move forward to see what else we can do. We'll be rounding up very soon. Let's move forward to see what else we can do. So we have talked about the slicer, how the slicer can be used, how we can calculate each of the values of our of what we have and all that. Now let's concentrate more on this our visualization. Let's come back to this visualization and see that, okay, how do we use in Power BI? We have what we call the smart narrative. What the smart narrative does is to help us to tell a story about a particular visual. It will help us to tell a story about a particular visual. If I click on this visual now and I go to that smart narrative, let me see, smart narrative, please hold on, smart narrative. I want to see, hey, this is my smart narrative. So once I click on this, it's going to tell me story about this particular sales trend by quarter. If I just click on this, this is my smart narrative. Oh, this my smart narrative is having issue. It's saying that I need a co-pilot or something. Create your narratives for this particular data. Let's see. It's loading up for me. It's loading up. Let's look at it. It's loading up for me. Now, can you see what it's giving us? This is giving us sum of revenue trended up, resulting in this increase between this year to this year. Sum of revenue started trading from 2015, rising up to this in the second year. And sum of revenue jumped from this to this during his steepest incline of this. Sometimes, if I don't know how to explain a particular visual, I can use a smart narrative, and that smart narrative will give me an idea of that particular data and of that particular visual and what that visual is saying. So I can just use this to now use it to develop my own story around that particular data that we have. And that's how to use the smart visuals actually. So we have all that can be used. Okay, let me go back. Let me use my Control Z. Let me go back. That's my smart narrative. So I can use my smart narrative. Let's go back. Another tools that we can also use is the Q&A tools. In the Q&A, so I come back here now. Let's come back here. Now in the Q&A now, let's see. In the Q&A, for instance, I can now come to, where's my Q&A? I think my Q&A should be here. Q&A. Okay, this is my Q&A. If I just come here, I just click on my Q&A. Let me go to the next sheet. Let me go to the next sheet. That could just give me, because I need a space to just explain some things now. Let me adjust this. Let's go to the next page. So if I click on my Q&A now, my Q&A is going to help me to suggest some of the things that I can use my data to do, and some of the charts that I can use my data to also create. That's the main essence of this Q&A. For instance, now can you see some of the suggested things that the Q&A is giving me? It's saying that if I can get the average profit, the card products, the number of territories, the total profit over time, total revenue. It's just suggesting all of this one for me. The top product by number of returns, count of these, based on the data I have. So what this Q&A have done is to go and analyze every data that you have and present to you some of the result of that data that you can have. Because sometimes you might not be able to know everything that your data could represent or your data could do. But through this Q&A, it will give you an idea of what to do. So for instance, in what we are doing, we did not calculate the average profit. So he's telling me that from this data, I can find the average profit of the data that I have. So if I click on this average profit now, you see what it's going to give me. If I click on it, say I want to see this. I want to see the average profit. Now, this is the average profit of my data. Can you see that it just helped me to summarize everything I have in a card visuals. So what I can just simply do here is to just take this data out now and use it as my average profit of what I need to do. So automatically is this. So I can also say sometimes the suggested one might not be part of what you need. You can say, I want to look for the top 10. I can say I need the top 10 performing. I need the top 10 performing customer. This is part of the powerful tools of the AI in Power BI. If I say top 10 performing customer by name, let's look at it. Can you see what it's giving me? So I can choose to now change the visuals to what I want. Maybe I can just say, okay, give it to me in this form. I want it in bar chart. Just helping me to bring it down to analyze it. So that's one of the powerful tools of the Power BI. So it can help you to just get some parameters that's for you as well. Let's still look at it. Top 10 performing. Top 10 performing customer by revenue. Let me see it. Now, can you see this is the top 10 performing customers by revenue? This is what we have. But in what we have initially, this is not given. So I can automatically do this by using the Q&A. But you know that in Excel, we'll have to start filtering all of these parameters out. But in Power BI, you don't need to go through all of that process because this has given you automatically into your data. So I can just say, okay, help me to display this. Then I come back here and start to format my work appropriately. I can say turn off the data for X, for Y. I can say for this, you should also do the same, something like this. I can come down. I say, what is the value like? Title. I don't need title. Please help to remove title. So this is the customer that have really, really performed well. This is for X. Let me look at the Y axis. For the Y, the value, Let's see. Okay, I think I need this. I might not need to even remove this one. Apply color, let it be brown. Then choose this. Title. I don't need title since I have the customer name. I don't need title. So for X, let me also do the same. Make this brown. Bold it. Increase this. I can just format it in my own way. This is for the top 10 customers that we have by revenue. So let me go to general properties. Oh, let me go to visual. I'm not done with my bars. Let's look at the bars. Let's look at the bars. Let's look at the bars. Let's change this to brown. So it can give us something like this. Then let's go to general. The title. Yeah, I can say top 10 customer by revenue. Top 10 customer by revenue. So I can just come down here and say centralize it. Yes. Increase it to maybe like 18. Give it a text color, a background color of this nature, and turn this to like white. So things like this. So I can just apply this. This is for top 10 customers that I have. But this is created through the question and A. This through the Q and A. That's question and answering. That's how we just created this because it wasn't given as part of our visuals. Now let's look at this decomposition. How do we also decompose in this case? Decomposition is one of another powerful tools that we also use in Power BI, which can help us to decompose some functions in our work. We call it decomposition. So how do we use decomposition? For instance, in decomposition, this is a decomposition. This is called a decomposition tree. If I click on decomposition, let me go back. I don't need that. I use decomposition. I want to create something different. In decomposition, I can choose to add various things into this work. Various things. For instance, I can say sum of revenue. In my sum of revenue, I want to add region. Let's say I want to add country. I want to add, let me go and add gender, educational level. I want to add marital status. I want to add occupation, and I want to add occupation. I want to add the subcategory name. I can add several things into this my work here. Can add it. All of these things that I'm adding up here is what is going to use to evaluate some things. I want to add regions apart from what I've added. So in this decomposition, see how it works. If I come here and I say decompose this, decompose by what? By country. See how it's going to load up. Can you see country? And I say, okay, since he has decomposed this one, decompose country US by educational level. It's going to decompose this. I can say decompose graduate college by marital status. all of this is also giving me the data attached to them. Decompose marriage by occupation. Can you see the way it's decomposing it? Decompose a professionals by gender. I want to know their gender. So you just keep decomposing that. This is also one of the powerful tools that we use in Power BI. So we use this decompose posture to do some certain things. In this decompose, you can also choose to now come and apply some variety of things to it. I can say add title and say the composition of different decomposition by different categories, something like this. I can say bold, add my text color, turn this to white. If you are turning this to white, let the background color be brown. Centralize it for me, something like this. I can choose to just add more. This has helped to just decompose for that. So I can choose to look at all that things within these parameters that I'm applying. So this is also a powerful tool that we use in Power BI. I can decompose as many things as possible. So I can apply several things to it. Let's go to my bars and just apply some things to my bars. I know based on what I'm given, I can say, no, do my color. Let my color be for all positive, let it be this brown. For all negative, let it be this color. For all bad background, let it be this, something like this. So it will just help me to just arrange it. So I can also format all of those details, applying some colors to it and all. So what else can we do? We need to round up with this class. We need to round up. Let me go to the next page. Page 4. In our page 4, we have another powerful tools that we also use. We call it the tree map. The tree map can also be used for applying several things to what we do. We can use the tree map. If I'm using the tree map, this is called the tree map. I can say I want to visualize. Here I can say I want to visualize revenue by educational background. Let's say revenue. I want to visualize it by educational background. I want to visualize it by educational level. Can you see what this is giving me? This is what we refer to as a tree map. This is a tree map. Can you see? It just align what we have appropriately. This is a tree map. In this case also, you can see it's giving me all of these as their own parameters. This is showing educational level for bachelor is 8.4 million. For this also, I can choose to have this, to have a good representation. We call this a tree map. A tree map can also be used for a better explanation of your visuals. So I can still come here and say, okay, I want to give it sum of revenue by education. Sum of revenue by education. Okay, it's fine. Let it come to, let me give it a color as usual. I want it to be brown. Let this be white. Give this a central color, something like that. I can choose to also apply some details to this one, depending on what I want to do. All right, so since I have all of this now, you can see we have succeeded in building these visuals, building these visuals, and also building these visuals. So there are other visuals that we have, fantastic visuals that we do, but because this is just a beginner's class, we just choose not to delve into so many things so that we can finish up within the short period of time that we have. So we have this visual, and also this visual. So the last thing I'm going to teach us is on the area of slicers. How do we insert our slicers? We have been talking about slicers. Your slicers is also part of your visualization tools that you use in Power BI. And this is your slicer here. This is a tool for slicer. I know that at this point, many of us know what the slicer is and how we make use of our slicer. So if I want to slice this, I can say that let's slice. Let me use my slicer. Let me just come with my slicer and say I want to slice by educational background. Now, can you see how my slicer looks like? This is my slicer. I can apply so many things to this my slicer. I can apply so many things. If I say I just want to know for bachelor, can you see how it's slicing through my parameters? Now I want to know for graduate degree. I want to know for IDs. So this will help me to explain my work better. It will help me to explain my work better. This is the slicer. And for slicer, I can choose to apply so many things to my slicer. So many things to my slicer. If I come to this my formatting page, I can manipulate my slicer setting in different forms. I want it to be vertical. I want it to have a drop down. If I say a drop down, I can click on it. You can see. So I can just do it like this and maybe probably hang it somewhere here and say, okay, I want to know just high school. I want to know the partial high school alone. I want to know for bachelor. So I can use my slicer like that. And my slicer can also be formatted. I can say apply brown color, something like that. I can come here and say for my slicer, I want to put a title like that. I can apply all of those parameters to it. So for this is where we are going to be rounding off for our data analytics with Excel and Power BI. So from here, if you want to delve into these areas to become a professional, I'll just advise you enroll for our intermediate class. We have an intermediate class and we also have the master class. In intermediate class, that's where we expand the tools. We are not just making use of Excel or Power BI. We also make use of Tableau and SQL for data analytics. So what we have just delved in to do in this cohort is to just look at just two of those data analytics tools, which is Excel and Power BI. So with this, we are rounding up on Power BI. There are still a lot of things to do on Power BI, but because of our time for this course, we might not be able to do a lot of things. So the final thing we are going to do here is to now try to let me look at this. The final thing we are going to do here is to now try to export what we have. And let me just remove the slicer. I don't think I need the slicer. So I'll just come here, come to File, and say Export. What am I exporting it to? I want to export it to PDF. I'll just click on PDF. Then it's going to load up all my data. For all the data that I have in each pages, it's going to load it up here for me. It's going to load it up here for me. Yeah, I can, it's going to, is loading, it's loading. Let's look at it. So I will encourage you, if you want to delve into this area, please ensure you apply, you register for the intermediate class. There are still a lot to be covered in this area of data analytics. if you want to be a professional in this area. Okay, let's see. Uh, so that's the last thing we are supposed to do actually. I don't know if that has loaded up for me. Let's go back. The Power BI has closed up. Let's see. I don't know if that's saved already. So you can now export what you have, and you can also save your Power BI to your details. You can also save it down. I said that when we want to save, we are saving with PBIX in Power BI. So let me see if okay. Let's see if I have some recent files. Let me open this recent. So that's where we are going to stop for this class. So you can go ahead to also do your homework, please. You can go ahead. I've covered a lot in this class. So these are saved for me automatically. That's saved for me here. So let's see. Let me try to load up the PDF. Okay, so we can just stop here. So with what we have done so far, we should not have any challenges in attempting your you should not have any challenges in attempting your project. So you can feel free to do your project and also submit appropriately so that the certificate could be issued for you on time. Do have a wonderful day.